Okay, I think we are going live in a few. Let's see if this is recording. I think we're good. Okay. All right. So let's go. Let's go into. This is my mod organizer. Mod organizer 2. Right now we are on current version of 2.3.2. Okay. Um, I'm sure if you're familiar with modding, you know about the SKSC. Okay. SKSC is very important to start the mod organizer to start Skyrim using mod organizer 2. Uh, there are videos out there for you um, to show you how to install this stuff, and I won't get into all that. You know, I can show you how it's set up. I have it on a D drive, which is my terabyte drives on my computer. So yeah, this is a full string. I have Force Stream Loader on. Also, Force libraries. I think that should be on as well. But whatever. Let's go ahead and close that out. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys because a question was added. Hey, how the hell do you have? How do you have 900 and something plus plugins? Well, let me tell you. Let me show you. All right. You'll notice that you have ESP files, right? And then you'll have ESPs that, if you notice, these are not italicized, right? This is italicized. These are not. That means italicized ESP files do have a an an ESL flag. Okay. Um, Let me just go up here. See, there are actual ESL plugins, right? This is Creation Club created these ESL flags and made it a part of the game. These are game files, right? And then there's ESMs, which are our main files, which uh, definitely help with the count of records. A lot of modders started going into ESM and ESM flags when they're bold like this, and they still have ESP. This is an ESP. This is a ESM flagged ESP. Okay. This helps with records. This helps with the limit of records in the game. I don't know exactly how that works, but I know that it takes down the amount of records. Okay, where there's a limit of records that you can have in loaded. This helps with that, and I know a lot of the modders started going away from that. But what we're discussing here is this ESL flag, right? These are actual ESL converted from ESP. Okay, so here we are. A sec. Here we are, ESL, right? These were converted. There's a way to convert it in. There's a way to convert these to ESL inside of here, the creation kit. There's a way to do that, but there's also a way to ESL flag in SSC Edit. Now, if you don't know what SEC Edit is, it's a tool. It's a tool for modding, for modders to mod Skyrim. It's very important to know these, right? In Mod Organizer 2, all right, you can create, so you load all of your stuff through here, and it creates a virtual space where it's picking up a list of all of your stuff and loading it into specific specific program. So let's run this. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here in SEC edits. Okay, here's a list, right? Now you can select what you want here and load it up, whatever. I'm going to load everything because I want you to see what I'm talking about here and where the ESM flags are being implemented. Okay, so this will take a minute to load. And Mod Organizer 2 is the prime. I don't know about Vortex. Vortex I hear is pretty good as well. Not too familiar with Vortex. Um, but I did use Nexus Mod Manager back in the day, and it was a horrific experience, which forced me to go into Mod Organizer 2. And I had to basically start from scratch. So we're waiting for this to load. Then here are the groups, mod groups. We're going to go ahead and hit all of them. Load everything up. Okay. Got a couple of errors here for mod groups, and I will fix that another time. But right now, we need to discuss these flags. Okay. ESL flags. You see these ESL flags? All right. ESL flags, you'll notice will say FE, not F1, but FE. Now, it is important to do this before you start a game. You can't do it midstream. You can, but you have a high risk of corrupting your save. So any changes, any additions, any installing mods, you can install mods midway, but just understand that when you install mods midway, saves can be corrupt. Saves can, if you are testing something, sure, you can test it, you can mess around with it, but understand that there's a risk you take every time you install a mod or remove a mod in mid play. Okay, that is a fact. If you go and upgrade a mod while you're in mid play, understand there's a risk that you can lose that save. So when doing this, you're going to go through a process of playing the game, losing the game, playing the game, losing the game. I've been doing this for about 8 years now, 8 to 10 years. Yeah. So I have lost games. I have lost entire setups because I wasn't careful or I did something stupid, and this becomes troubleshooting. When you have one little thing wrong and you don't know where it's at, you have to figure it out. You have to troubleshoot. My suggestion, and I give a very strong warning to people doing this, understand that when you start a game, you start it and you finish it. Don't mod in between, because if you do, you risk. It's your risk, not mine. Um, okay, so let me explain how this ESL stuff works. First, you're going to right click. All right. Let's take All right. Let's take SmoothCam for instance. This is a small mod, and this can probably be given a flag of ESL, but we don't know exactly what it's doing. It's just there as it's there, but it has, I believe, it has a component for making. Let's just take a look here real quick. All right, SmoothCam. Okay, these are some. If you notice, here are mods that I've tested and I've gotten rid of for different reasons. Okay, eventually you will have your own mods outdated, or you'll be able to get rid of these if you need to. But anyway, I throw them down there. Now let's get back to smooth cam. See, you can filter here so that this way you can just get to it. So I'm just gonna look at this mod. It has an SKSC plugin. Okay. Yada yada yada. Okay, so looks like a simple mod, right? I think this mod will work regardless. Regardless. Okay, and I can always, now I'm in the middle of a playthrough, right? But I'm gonna try to do this anyway. Just because it doesn't really affect anything inside the game per se. But understand, right? The risk that I'm taking. Okay? Here's SmoothCam. Do you see this number here? This number is going to change. With it, when it changes, everything underneath it will change as well, except for the FE ones. Just these solid ones. So iPad, this will change. This will change. This will change. And you're hoping that this is not specific in-game things that you've touched or need changing or whatever the case. This is okay to change. This is not a big deal. This here. But I think it's worth the risk. So let's get back to it, right? Let's get back to it. So we have here a mod that we can ESL flag. So I will right click and check to see if we can compact form IDs for ESL. Okay. And it's going to give you a warning. And it's telling you, hey, if you have the slightest doubt about what the implications of your change are, you shouldn't be doing it. Are you absolutely sure you want to continue? Okay. And this is a great message, because this is telling you, hey, you're going to mess up your game if you keep playing around like this with this stuff. But the only way to learn is by ruining a couple of games, right? You learn what mistakes are, what mistakes you can make, and there's always this warning, and this warning is true. If you mess around, you might mess something up. My risk is very minimal, because if something messes up, you know what? I can install this over again, and I can go back to a save and I can play it right from there. In any case, let's continue. And then this operation, right? Any saves, right? See, warning: this will break existing save games that contain these form IDs and any modules that which use it, right? SmoothCam ESP as a master and reference for them. So this is just a camera mod. Okay, so I'm hoping and praying that this does not break my game. Okay, what was the number What was the number of the SmoothCam? It was E3. You see it here, E3. Very easy to remember. Now you go back here. Yes, it's done. And notice that it's bold now. So that means that there's a change that needs to be saved. Once I save, it's no longer bold. Now what I'm going to do is highlight this mod that I just changed here, view it, go to the record, right? And you notice there's ESM here. This is how you create ESMs up top, and ESL. But I would like the message says, I would not change anything if you don't know what you're doing. But we know we want to change this to ESL. That was the main thing, right? So we just changed this to ESL. We go back here. We look at this number. This number tells me I have 243 ESM and ESP plugins towards my 255 limit. So that's about to turn to 242. This number is going to change. I believe this number will change, and this number will change. And these are things that are not really systematic, like systems, you know? This maybe, it may cause a problem. But, and a big but, I can always go back if it fails. You understand? I can reinstall this mod, right over it, merge it, and then fix it. Okay? But let's proceed with the test. Notice it's bold again. I've changed the flag. I have to save this flag. So let's save it. Now, let's see if it changes here. Okay. This is still looks the same, right? SmoothCam, it doesn't have this here. But if I refresh, now it's italicized. Now it's FE. Now remember, this was E3. Now this is E3. You see? And look at how it changed everything underneath it. E4. Where's Serrana? Serrana dialog. Here. Changed. Everything underneath it changed. Everything on top didn't. You see? So you understand that everything underneath has changed. Right? That has a solid. And not only that, but you just saved yourself a plugin space on your 255. Now it's 242. Okay? Understand that this is how I've been doing it. And I've been starting games over and over and testing and over and testing and doing this, systematically testing the game to make sure that it works. Okay? There you go. There you have it. You want to know how to get to this number? That's how you get to that number. You systematically look over stuff and you keep on. Now remember, if there's an update, you need to remember to repeat this process every time there's an update for SmoothCam. This is the facts. Okay? Well, let's see if it works. Let's see if this works. Right? Oh, also, I might want to publish my ModWatch just very quickly. Let's go ahead and publish my ModWatch to update it. Make sure we update our ModWatch. Okay. And this is just the list, the mod list that I have in the description. You will see it later when I edit the description of this live. Let's upload. Very good. Okay. Let's go back and let's launch the game and test and see if the game works. If it crashes, then it crashes. If not, then we'll continue to play through it. Hopefully we find no bugs. Because everything I believe that is underneath that I looked at, I have not had in game yet. I have not reached to Serana. I haven't reached those levels. So maybe the save does not have a reference to it. Understand the game. Understand how it works. If you are dealing with Serana, Serana's in Dawnguard. I have not touched Dawnguard yet. So that save does not have a reference to anything Serana. See, this save game is like a clay, sort of like a clay. You reach certain places and you add to the clay, right? You add this piece to the clay. Now this piece of clay, has data on Serana, but I have not gotten there, so it doesn't have it. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. We shall see. Game is launching. It takes a while for it to launch. I mean, it's got over 1,000 mods. You know, 1,000 mods to launch, references and files that are overriding one another. That's another thing that we should discuss one day is the overriding of files and how to troubleshoot stuff. It's pretty important, especially when you start off. You might install a mod that might cause something and you don't know where to go. And there are tools that can help you with stuff like that. And then there's a train of thought that can help you with troubleshooting and eliminating problems. But understand that the save game that you might be playing might be ruined due to the fact that you have to pull a plugin out because of that specific issue. So when modding Skyrim, people tell you the horror stories that they've gone through. I just want you to be clear. I just want to be clear with you guys that yes, when you pull something out, you might have one of your favorite characters and then all of a sudden you have to turn back. You have to start the clock over again. Um yeah, you have to go through all those settings in the mod configurations. Unless you got the backup tool for the mod configurations, then it's great. Then you can restore it. But just understand, before that came, we had to go through every single setting again for the game, add whatever equipment we had, and start from level 1. That's a pain in the ass. Just a heads up. Anyway, so back to this. Here we are. All right, so we are loading up. Hopefully this starts up. The music that I have for my game also, just a heads up, is a music mod. It's a music merge mod. I don't remember off the top of my head which one it was, but yeah, I love it. I love the mod because it gives me change, gives me different music. In any case, this game should load. and we shall test the camera and see if the camera works. If the camera works, then we have saved ourselves a mod spot. And even if the game gets bugged because of the change in the references, right? Let's see.
Ain't nobody high and mighty in these halls except in the Jarl. And don't you forget.
Oop, it's still loading. Okay, let it load. Let it load. It's still loading. Give it a moment.
The only grown-ups who talk to me are the kind I don't want talking to me.
Yep. Okay. All right. So it looks like that.
Care to tell me what you're up to?
What's the name of it? All right. If you notice, I don't have a lot of things here. And the reason why is because here you can hide them with ye old MCM settings. Here's the backup and restore of all of your configurations. This is a must. This is a must. If you're using a lot of mods and you have to continuously configure the mod configurations, I mean, man, here are the menus. Here you can hide whatever you want and show whatever you want. Okay, so only the check marks are the ones that are showing. Okay, but yeah, I mean, it's working fine, right? Working good. Yep.
Have I done something to make you bother me?
Oh my god, I hate that kid.
Need to convince my brother to do more for the war.
What would you have me do, brother?
Be careful.
Your brother is the Yarrow.
No, I don't.
Okay. I think we're good. So,
Good idea. Then what? What are your plans?
Let's. Yeah, I think we're good. I mean, it's only a camera mod. Nothing was
Good
touched.
idea. Then what? What are your plans?
Beautiful. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. This is oh, the food. Oh. All right. Okay. So we have to wrap it up real quick.
Hello, fun time.
Yes, I'll be right down.
You got it. Thank you.
Okay, so I have to wrap it up. That was a successful test. I just want to thank you for asking those questions, and I very much appreciate it. That's how you get to 900 plus 1,000 mods. As far as the texture mods, I think we'll go over those another time. And I wish you guys the best, man. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. And if you like this, hit the like and subscribe, man. Keep in contact. And I love this community. I love Nexus mods. I love modding my Skyrim, and I'm hoping to share more with you guys as we continue this journey together. All right. Thank you very much, and thanks for watching.